people still don't understand what signals are. They'll take a trigger, which is a job change, and think that it's a signal. And then, hey, change the job, go buy from us, and they get shut down. I'll say this loud and clear. Triggers are not signals. Signals are a combination of triggers. That trigger becomes a signal once you can start doing more detective work and be like, okay, there's not just one job change, but there's probably more going on. For my team and I, by stacking signals, we will be able to build our outbound engine, break pipeline records quarter over quarter. We're reaching out to lower volume than ever before, but converting them at 20+% response rates and interest rates. And ultimately, it's helped us go from 0 to getting Series A. So it works. My name is Saad Khan, Smartlead customer. Over the last 3 to 4 years, I've been building early stage pipeline engines for seed to Series A and B companies like Dooley, Vendor, Hyperbound, Novatic, and SenseSpark, organizations you might know of, but also 1,500 other sales leaders, 500 plus other mid-market to enterprise organizations. Currently, I am building a signal-based sales system here at Aligned. The play itself is, imagine you're Tony Stark and you have your Iron Man helmet on, and based on your inputs, you're getting a full understanding of what's happening around you, where to go, who to hit, who not to hit. And when you combine them, it gets you your best point of attack. So simply, let's say the signal stacking is a combination of triggers or instances that we might call intent. Say all these shapes that you're seeing are individual triggers: the website visitor, product sign up, Tableau dashboard, social, close loss, lookalikes, etc. If one trigger hits, it's not a good reason to reach out. I need to go do detective work and find another trigger to call it a signal. Any one plus becomes a compelling reason and message to go after. So somebody could be engaging with us on social, and they could be working at a lookalike of one of our customers. They don't need to be on our Tableau dashboards or product signups or anything like that. That's a good enough reason to go out. But then if they've also somehow hit our website because they engage with us on social, pretty good reason to go reach out to them. And you can use these connected data points to formulate a message. Let's say a scenario where somebody has not hit up our website, but they signed up to your freemium product. They are not using the product enough, but they're actively engaging with your content on social. Still, these 2 data points are a decent enough reason to go out. But then you find out that they're working at a competitor for your customers. Brilliant. Let's say they're doing all the above and they're also firing pretty high on product usage. Again, great reason to go out. So at its core, that's what signal stacking is. Then we push it into Smartlead for our outreach. The evolution of all this, Common Room tells us the stack of the signal, and then we just push it to Smartlead or to the SDRs to do their outreach. This has resulted in us getting 26% plus response rates, about 10 or so percent interest rates. We're doing 68% increase in pipeline quarter over quarter, and that's qualified pipeline. About 65 to 70% of our enterprise revenue is attributed to the outbound business development team. So we have a couple interesting campaigns running right now. The key here is it's like a simple 4-step sequence that kills off. By the time people are at step 2 and 3, they end up converting. You can see highest conversions happen at the top. The message is so relevant that the idea here is that it would trigger a conversion. But if it doesn't happen, then by the time they trickle down to step 4, we're still able to capture the conversions. Now, speaking of signals, where does Align come into play here? We use Align for prospecting to onboarding. Align shows you the risk and intent signals behind your buyer outreach or your mid-cycle sales process. Long story short, for me, Align is a risk and intent signal. You can see the activity engagement behind every touch point, every content shared. What if you weren't operating in the dark? You just knew what people cared about. You can follow up accordingly. The meta beauty of every single thing here is that every single time we have a meeting booked or we get a positive response, everybody is then sent an Aligned room, and then we can actively see all their engagement. So it's like signals from start to bottom. Signals based on who we're reaching out to, signal based on how to engage them, signal based on whether the deal's going to close or not. A lot of signals.